What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Weekly Wednesday Update. This is the series where I take you guys behind the scenes so that you can see exactly what goes into every individual build and project here at the House of Masks. Now, today we are in the vintage mask store. We are in the new Dinos, Dino 2.0s, or Dean 2.0s, or whatever you want to call it. We're in the fake vintage mask shop, and we are in here because we finally got a new display case. I was so sick of that little pipsqueak short display case that really threw the look of this place off. It just did not fit in here at all. So I was able to track down a 72-inch display case, which honestly could be a little longer. We could go another foot or two out from here and I would still be fine with it. But we got this one for right now, so it will at least be an upgrade, maybe a temporary placeholder. But for right now, I am very excited to get the rest of Dinos going. We got a lot of the masks up on the mask wall here. We do still have an empty space up there at the top, but for right now, this is an absolutely gorgeous view, so I am very excited to get back in here and get back to working on everything, and I think that this display case will be one of the coolest places in this mask shop. And hopefully, by stuffing this thing full of all this vintage, spooky, gag shop, joke shop, magic shop, costume shop goodness, and getting some stuff set up here on the top, it will alleviate a lot of the boxes that are full of that stuff behind here, and we can start working on everything else. So all of these walls will just be layers. We will have the mask wall. We will have the pegboard walls. We will have more masks. We will have the display case. We will have a lot of stuff going on in here. It's going to be a giant upgrade from the original Dino. So I'm very excited and I am ready to get started. Now, once we are done in here, or done in here for today at least, we are going to be going back out to the studio side and working on a few little projects on the giant shelving system that we have out there. But first, Dinos. So let's go. All right, so far so good, and keep in mind that nothing here is permanent. This is a very temporary setup. I am just trying to get a feel for what seems right and kind of block everything in. So down here on this end, we've got the cash register. Lots of fun little trinkets are going to be added to that, like this rat, like the chattering teeth, like this eyeball here. I just want this thing to be all spooky and done up. I don't think that blow mold is going to stay there, but I don't have anywhere else for it right now, so I just stuck it there for the time being. Then you come down to this end, we got the little TV setup, which when it is plugged in, it's not right now because I'm going to have to do some doctoring of an extension cord kind of hidden behind everything back there and then ran into the other room. But when it is plugged in, it will be playing Halloween 4 at all times, forever and ever, because that's a very important piece of this entire thing. The lore runs deep. We got some vintage blow mold goodness around it. We got the little candle right there. We got the Doom Room X Ghosty Rust VHS on top because it's just aesthetically pleasing and really fits in. And then down inside of the display case, we just have a plethora of vintage, spooky Halloween goodness. And again, I know I sound like a broken record. Nothing here is permanent. I haven't even decided if I want to cover the inside of like the base of the display, maybe with some sort of creepy cloth, maybe some spider webs in there. I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to play with everything right now and see what looks good and what doesn't. And at the moment, I'm pretty happy. This thing looks pretty freaking cool, and it definitely brings some new life into this already gorgeous mask wall. Man, this thing is perfect. I cannot get over how good that looks. So yeah, dude, we will take a break from this. It is getting pretty late, and I am nowhere near finished. I just have boxes and boxes and boxes and loose things and totes full of stuff that is going to eventually make its way into Dino's. But for right now, I feel like doing some tech deck / Pokemon stuff. So let's go over into the studio and see if we can get some tech deck and Pokemon stuff displayed on the vintage 90s nostalgia wall of toys. Okay? Okay. Alright, so I am going to just go ahead and show you guys what we've done here with the little tech deck section and what I have planned for the future of this tech deck section, because as cool as this looks, I still have a lot of tech decks to display. There's even some in that tote over there. We've got a bunch of loose ones over here, and then we've got the actual displayed pieces, and I don't think that I'm going to be adding any more of this stuff to this display. And the reason for that is because I do still technically have a little bit of room to grow over here, and none of these are really all that special to me. These are just random ones that probably got sent in for a Mailbox Monday, not something that I really care to display. Like, I don't care about this DGK board, that thing is whack, but I'm going to keep them just in case they were gifts and not something that I randomly picked up. And I'm going to leave room down here on the sides. As you can see, all 4 of these sides are open. I guess even this side up here is open. And I have room above this line of blind decks to hang more. So that will just leave us a little bit of room to continue growing, because I'm definitely not done buying tech decks. I still buy one pretty much every time I go to Walmart. Although I will say, tech deck has been on a very lame streak lately. I hope that they up their graphics and up the companies that they are pushing, because man, been pretty dry lately and not very appetizing, or enticing, I guess would be the word for that. It's late. I'm always tired in these videos. I don't know what the deal is. I'm sorry. Anyways, wanted to show you guys where we were stopping with the tech deck section, the tech dection, if you will. And now we can go back into Dino's, continue working over there. We will take another break at some point from Dino's to come out and do the Pokemon section, which I believe is going to be this strip up here. And then this thing is going to be just the ultimate 90s nostalgia toy, 90s kid, vintage toy, nostalgia, 90s kid, vintage, 90s nostalgia toy shelf. Did I hit all the marks? Okay, you guys get my point. Anyways, let's go to Dino's.
next morning.
So I just got back from my morning trip to town, and on the way back out here to the church, I decided to stop at Walmart and grab some stuff, and that eventually led me to a stop at Hobby Lobby, and now I'm here with way more goodies than I expected to come back with, but it's kind of a good thing. So I went to Walmart initially because I knew I needed a larger frame than I had laying around for some of the goodies from this past weekend's trip with Mauled, And I also needed to replace my Instax wide film, which, by the way, and yes, I've probably gone on this tangent before, the Instax wide is the best instant film camera that I've ever purchased. I wish that I had gotten that thing a long, long time ago instead of going through multiple Polaroids, which are just absolute dog shit. So we are still team fuck Polaroid, still team Instax. I mean, look at this. This is in a dingy Waffle House at like 2 in the morning, and it's so clear. And we've got some outdoor photos that show just how good this thing is outside as well. Look at the colors, look at the clarity, look at the contrast, absolutely amazing. So yeah, kind of went off on a separate little rant there, but for anybody that is trying to decide if they want an instant film camera and then trying to decide what they want, do not get a Polaroid. Absolute dog, hate those things. My biggest regret is ever wasting any money on these when I could have had one of these the whole time. Also, this whole setup is a lot cheaper than what Polaroid ends up being. Anyways, the reason that I went to Walmart was not only to grab this frame, not only to grab the Instax film, but I wanted another corkboard because my Instax photos are getting out of control. I use that camera so much that I filled this thing up, and now we've just got a bunch of random ones laying around and other ones that are making their way into individual cases or frames from individual trips, and I wanted another corkboard probably right over there. But Walmart did not have the right size corkboard. They had one corkboard that was pretty small and it was broken. So I was like, where else would I have a corkboard? Definitely Hobby Lobby, right? So I go over there and they do have some, but they're all very, very small. I was super surprised. But I saw these while I was there and I thought, you know what? I bet those new stage used clowns would look good in this. It's a little wider. They'll have a little more room to breathe. I just think that it'll make for a better setup. And they're pretty cheap, dude. And I went ahead and grabbed this one for a special piece that you guys may have seen before on the channel. I'm not sure, but if not, I am definitely doing an update on that collection and you guys will see it soon. So that's a surprise for now, but I'm pretty stoked to get it behind glass or acrylic. And then I also grabbed some mannequin heads because guess what? I talked about in last week's Weekly Wednesday update episode that these cane masks need some heads to go on. Obviously, they don't look right just sitting there like that. So I'm going to put them in some heads, get the heads painted black, and then the display should look beautiful. It should really draw some attention to these masks, and it will also give us a little bit of space below the masks to put some random little knickknacks. So I got some paint that's supposed to be foam safe, and I've got a finish that's supposed to be foam safe, and I've got 6 heads here and 1 already on the shelf. I'm going to try to get those painted. We'll try to do all of this stuff in this episode to help break up the monotony, the monopoly. Anyway, we're going to do these in between to try to freshen it up because just Dinos and just whatever else we did. Oh, yeah, the tech deck stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just feeling super inspired about a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to cover a lot of ground while I am feeling this way. So let's go ahead and jump on into these projects. time to Pokemon. Pokemon here. Pokemon here. Not here no more. Okay, do it. Oh. Malt. Strong boy. All right, so it is Tuesday evening. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I've got to get this video wrapped up, edited, and uploaded for patrons tonight, and then out for the general public tomorrow. So I am going to go ahead and end it here, even though I thought for sure that I would have some more stuff in this episode. I do still think that it's a pretty jam-packed episode. I just wanted to continue that momentum, but I'm not gonna lie, the weekend got away from me, and it just is what it is. Once Tyler got here, it was kind of nonstop, game on. We went up to Columbus on Sunday evening for an Orthodox show, which was amazing. Shout out to Mike White. Absolutely love to see him crushing it. And the fact that he finally got to play a sold-out Columbus hometown show is amazing. And then they went ahead and had a pop-up show at a laundromat the next day, and Maud was on the bill. So I was up there helping with that, and it was just a really good time. But with all of that being said, we spent more time in Columbus than we did down here at the church, and it just is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one, and I'm going to end it by showing you guys a quick run through of the entire shelving system out here, because I don't think that I've done that yet. So we will start down here with the newly finished tech deck area. We will go up and over and all the way down to the Scordons area, and that will be this week's episode. So let me flip the camera around. We'll get you guys looking at this stuff, and then that will be that. Okay? Okay. Again, I am just running through this really quick because I do plan on shooting a full-length video on the entirety of this shelving system from start to finish, just kind of talking about everything that's on it, obviously, but even talking about constructing it and going through the motions of everything. And then eventually I will shoot individual videos showcasing the full collections of each little subsection of the shelving unit. So down here, we start with the tech deck area, which we did just finish in this episode. Actually, we started it and finished it in this episode because I had to remove all of the Jeff Gordon stuff from these shelves, get it put down there, and then I had to find something to go right here. And I felt like tech decks made the most sense because they are the only other little collectible item that has wheels. So it kind of goes along with the monster trucks. And wouldn't you know it, Monster Jam just unveils a tech deck themed Monster Jam truck. It's a tech deck monster truck. It's a skateboard monster truck. What are the odds of that? As I just lined this up, I had no idea, and like 2 days after I did this, they unveiled a 50-50ing Monster Jam truck. I just think that that's a really crazy coincidence. So yeah, dude, we got the tech deck section. We got the Bigfoot section. He is the king of the monster trucks after all. We've got the ever-growing Gravedigger section, which kind of spills up onto that wall because that fender piece is so big. And this little Gravedigger character is so big that they wouldn't actually fit on these shelves. But I think that kind of works, man. It like drags everything over to this side and kind of just places a nice little end piece right there. We've got some random Monster Jam stuff up there, some fiberglass from some other trucks, some other King of Crunch monster trucks that are up there that I really like. We work our way over to the Pokemon section. Also started and finished in this video. I have some new additions to this collection from the Mailbox Monday that I just shot, so can't wait to get those up there. With that, we come over to the Goosebumps section, which you guys should be pretty familiar with for the most part. This side or whatever has been done for a while now. This is the new side, which has been done for a few weeks. And again, I have some new additions to this collection, which will either go right here or right here. I haven't decided yet, but those came in on the Mailbox Monday this week as well. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. I put it out today, Tuesday, but not today while you're watching this, because while you're watching this, it's Wednesday, because this is a weekly Wednesday update. But you could be watching this on a Tuesday if you were a patron, which I have no idea why you wouldn't be a patron. It's only $5 a month. You get to support your favorite mask channel, and you get all kinds of cool stuff in return. So it's really a no-brainer. The link is down below. Go be a patron. Also, it's my birthday month, and all I want is your patronage. It's $5 a month. A homeless person could do that. Anyways, that is really bothering me. I don't know how I never got around to painting that board, but I am going to do that before the next episode's end. So got to get that painted. We come down to the Stone Cold section. This kind of kicks off my full-on WWF Attitude Era section, which is mostly just Stone Cold and Kane. We have a little Stone Cold that spills over to here. All of this is Stone Cold. Everything from this point up is Kane. And then we have my little Undertaker section, because I do have love for the Undertaker for sure. I just love Stone Cold and Kane more. Oh, and the lighting is starting to not get so good. I guess it looks okay on the screen here, but here is the Scorden area. Man, I've done some changes to this since the last time that you guys saw it when we finished it, and this is it now. And man, it is beautiful. Everybody that walks in is like, holy shit. So yeah, dude, stoked on that. Not done with it by a long shot. I mean, there are still some very open shelf areas. I want to get that piece of sheet metal put on display right here in the middle. I think I want to have like a race used tire with a nice circular glass top, and then the sheet metal on top of that, since it's a real piece of sheet metal. I feel like that would be cool. But yeah, dude, there is the 90s nostalgia toy vintage AJ childhood shelving unit from start to finish all the way down. I guess we do technically still have this area to go, but I really haven't decided what I want to do down there. I kind of like my churches down there, but I also think that that might be the only place that the fallen footwear can go, because it's not fitting anywhere around the mini ramp. So I'll take you back here, give you one last good look at it, and that will be that for today's episode. Look at that. It is a thing of beauty. Love the little sub collections. I love when we get to talk about and show off stuff like this that isn't necessarily like sanctuary, mask room related stuff. This is really cool to me. So just standing back here and looking at it through the screen right now, I'm getting super, super stoked that this is my life. So yeah, dude, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye.